It's good to see me, isn't it? Coming up on Behind the Curtain, we take you outside of the Flower City and into the Emerald City as Wicked comes to the Rochester Broadway Theater League. Hello, and thank you for watching this episode of Behind the Curtain. I am your host, Gio Battaglia, outside of the Flower City and in the Emerald City here at the Rochester Broadway Theater League, joined by Zoe Jensen, playing Glinda in our 2-week engagement of Wicked here at RBTL. Zoe, how does it feel to be embodying Glinda in this role?
Well, she is a dream role for me. I watched Wicked the first time when I was 11 years old, and it changed my life. I've always wanted to be in the bubble, so it's really special to get to share this story with people all around the country, especially when the movie has just come out, and it's just a story that I think always finds its relevance in whatever's going on in the world, and I think it's just a really special thing to be a part of.
Being someone who's loved the musical for so long, when you started, learning the role as you're about to play it, how did you think of Glinda maybe a little differently?
Yeah, that's a great question. So obviously I have Kristin Chenoweth and all the iconic Glindas just like in my head, but when rehearsal started, I really just focused on pretending like it was a new show, kind of starting from square one as much as I could and just working with the creative team on like collaborating and finding what my true Glinda would be. That was really what I focused on, and just every day I really try to focus on just telling the story, and the comedy and all the spectacle will come with it.
And it's obviously a very vocal, demanding show for everyone in it. So how do you keep your voice afloat for something like this?
That's a great question. Well, I make sure to warm up every day. I cool down. I get lots of sleep. If I'm sick, I try not to do the show. But I think what's really important for me vocally is I just really try to be light and like open and bubbly when the show starts, and I kind of find that everything that needs to come for the role comes in at that moment.
What's been your favorite physical part of the show? I mean, there's the costumes, there's the bubble, there's everything on stage.
That's a great, oh gosh, so many great questions. I think the bubble is one of my favorite parts. I was just telling one of our Glinda understudies yesterday that one of my favorite parts of the show is my first entrance in the bubble, because I get a view of the audience that no one else in the show gets, that very few women have gotten to see, where I see the whole audience. I get to see people, whether they're expecting me because they know the show or they're surprised to see a woman in a big blue dress up there. It's just one of those moments that I get to see everyone and absorb and think, okay, these are the people who we're going to share this story with for the next couple hours.
And there are still some people who, might not have seen the stage show or maybe not even have seen the movie. So can you give a quick little breakdown of what the story of Wicked tells?
Sure, okay. So Wicked is the untold story of the two witches of Oz, Elphaba, who is more commonly known as the Wicked Witch of the West in the Wizard of Oz stories, and Glinda. A lot of things happen in the show, but to be honest, I think the show really is about their friendship between the two very unlikely people who come together and come into their own power in different ways. Yeah, I think that's really what it's about, like the power of friendship, the power of unconditional love, and the power of being true to yourself.
And we also saw, a total of almost 5 hours of Wicked content in the movie, so now that's going to be scrunched for a lot of people in the stage show. What is your kind of favorite part or the highlights of, Act 1 and Act 2 as they merge together?
My favorite part of Act 1 is the sequence of the songs What Is This Feeling into Popular, which is my song. I just love the whole ensemble being on stage, and it's just like the world is just such a spectacle. I remember seeing the show for the first time and seeing that Ozdust ballroom and just being mind blown. And in the second act, I mean, For Good is just one of my favorite parts of the show. It's after we've run a marathon, my Elphaba, Jessie, and I just get to sit there and just really, or stand there and get to just really bask in like what we've worked on the past couple hours.
And how has that connection with the cast been as you've come to work with them and putting the show together?
It's been great, and it's crucial. I think it's really crucial for making this show work. Jessie, my Elphaba, and I knew from the very beginning that our relationship was what was really going to anchor our show. And it just also helps that everyone's really great. We won the lottery on that one. So I think we always check in with each other, and I think that is what keeps our show fresh and authentic.
What are you most excited for audiences to see with this show and go home with?
Oh gosh, I'm just excited for them to, I think Wicked is that perfect example of how musicals can help you escape from whatever's going on in the world and just be just enthralled by the spectacle of it all and the beautiful music and seeing two powerful women on stage, not competing with each other, but standing side by side. I think that's really important for people to see. Yeah, and I hope they feel inspired by someone in the show. They see themselves. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then we have the legendary bubble,
The
which has
iconic
been brought
bubble.
down here for us.
Yes, and fun fact, this was Kristin Chenoweth's bubble in the Tony Awards.
Oh, get out.
So very iconic. I feel it every day when I get into it.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
you'll
such
feel
a
it
neat
too.
little touch. I know, I'm so excited.
Yay.
Should we get going with a little
Yes,
demonstration here?
bubble time.
All right.
This will be your bubble chauffeur of the day.
Sounds good.
All right.
And this part is built into my dress, so I
Oh,
don't have to
okay.
harness
Get you to step right on in.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Just watch your head, 'cause
You gotta have your wallet.
Well, absolutely.
So usually we just tell people to sort of keep one end up here.
Oh, okay.
And hold the other end with this hand, and then use this hand to reach back and hang on to the bubble while you're going up. So you feel secure than holding on to something and hanging onto this. Keep it nice and close because there are some things as you go up that could brush against it.
Okay.
All right, lean forward a little bit so you know what you got. Okay, cool. All right.
How did it feel going up in here the first time?
Oh gosh, it was emotional. I was crying the first time. There are pictures, and my legs were like noodles. And every time I'm away from the show for a little bit, my first time back, I'm always a little noodly. Oh gosh!
All right. Most importantly, keep your hands inside the ride at all times.
You got
So
it.
Drops on either side of you,
You'll
okay?
also have your line to do. Zoe will
Oh
feed
yes.
you.
Do you remember? So I'm gonna say, "Look, it's Glinda." Do you know the first iconic line?
Of course. Wait, I'm going to sing it,
You're
right?
gonna say, "It's good to see me," isn't it?
Okay, yes.
Yes.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Ricky, let's go ahead and bubble up. All right, you go up about 10 feet, then you're gonna start traveling stage right. If you got a queasy stomach, you're gonna feel it.
Oh my gosh, how cool. Holy Toledo.
Oh,
Are we in Toledo?
Whoa. Ooh, deep breath, deep breath. You start the show like this?
Yes.
Okay, she can still hear me. I'm not that high up. It's good to see me, isn't it? Let us be glad. I could just do the whole show if you'd like. Oh my gosh, how cool. This is absolutely wicked. No. And goodness knows.
Yes. And then you look down at your cast members are all like,
Hello. It's about all the looking down I can do. When's the last time you were in the bubble?
last time, Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Ricky, let's go ahead and step through. Bubbles moving.
All right, now I'm a little more comfortable. 15 minutes later, now I'm a little comfortable. How cool that this was Kristin Chenoweth's at the Tonys.
Yes, and they never redesigned it for someone who would be taller than Kristin Chenoweth.
I just am tall enough.
I'll get you to lean forward a little bit. I'll get you unhooked a little more if you could.
Wicked runs here at the Herr Auditorium Theater through RBTL until March 1st. Tickets are available. We have links over on our website, rochesterfirst.com. Coming up after the break, we sit down with a dancer whose exhibition opens in New York City this weekend, her message behind her artwork. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Staying in the world of performing arts, we are focusing in now on Kylie Shea. Shea is a visionary in both the dance and visual storytelling. She's an American ballet dancer, choreographer, and creative force. With those talents, she has captivated audiences with emotionally charged cinematic performances. Among her notable collaborations, she has worked with Lana Del Rey, bringing her signature grace and intensity to the music video and tour medium. Now, Kylie is turning the lens on herself. Her debut photography exhibition at Leica Gallery, New York starts running today and runs through March 29th. She says it showcases a striking series of self-portraits that merge her lifelong career in movement with a decade-long practice behind the camera. With a special panel discussion coming this Sunday, Kylie shares an intimate look at her journey as both subject and author of her own visual narrative. Here's my conversation with Kylie. And speaking with you, you've said that this exhibition isn't a pivot but an expansion. So when you look back at your career, do you see photography as something that was always quietly there or something you kind of had to give yourself permission to claim?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. Honestly, photography has been a really integral part of my journey, and it's been kind of more underground. So many people don't know that I've been a photographer since 2008 when I first really fell in love with the art form. It also was a business for me. I was doing headshots and portraits of, fellow actors and dancers and artists and pets and families and kids. So I've always had a very, very deep love for photography. And it wasn't until 2020 that it really turned into this full blown, like a camera self portrait series. But yes, photography has been uh, a really important part of my journey and also just a beautiful way to exercise different creative muscles.
And your self-portrait work kind of puts you in full control of the gaze. So how did stepping behind the camera change the way you think about visibility and vulnerability?
That's a great question. You know, I think coming into photography already with many years in front of the camera, I think as a dancer, we're trained in vulnerability in a lot of ways because so many of the roles and the stories that we tell with our bodies and our instruments are coming from a place of deep rooted vulnerability. So I feel like I already knew how to access that immediately. And so when I'm doing these self portraits and any photography work where I'm playing both sides of the camera, I think that I'm able to just kind of go into a more vulnerable state right away when I'm beginning. I think also the fact that it's just me and the camera really allows itself to have these really deeply personal and intimate moments that allow for, those moments when it's just you and your thoughts and your space and really reflecting and being 100% you with no eyes on you except the camera. But I have been touring with Lana Del Rey since 2023, and she's changed my life, and she is just one of the most beautiful human beings and artists in existence and of all time. So yeah, working with her and touring with her and dancing all over the world has been one of the greatest honors of my life and really changed me both as a human and an artist.
Going back to the exhibition here, while dance exists in time and then kind of disappears, photography freezes a moment. So what
Mm.
emotional shift kind of happens for you when the work no longer vanishes?
Oh gosh. I think that coming from a concert dance background, I always had the deep desire to create work and create an artistic mediums that would live forever because dance, is a art form that's there for the audience and the people that are in the room getting to witness the energy and the presentation of it all. So I think that both with film and photography, it was always my goal and my dream to return back to other art forms that could live forever. And so I think that that's also where the desire for photography came from, to want to capture moments that also feel like they're moving and full of energy, even though they're still.
Absolutely. And showing this work publicly for the first time, especially at this gallery in New York, what feels most exposed? The images or the decision to finally share them? What's kind of on display here?
Great question. This self-portrait series is really, it feels like I'm allowing people to read my personal diary because so many of these sessions feel like entries and capturing where I was not just physically, but emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And so it's definitely talk about vulnerability and being very vulnerable, especially in some of the more intimate portraits. But I think that vulnerability is a superpower. So I hope that in sharing some of these more personal sessions, that it will inspire people to connect with themselves, to explore, and also to really understand that I think self-portrait work can be such a illuminating and healing tool, depending on your approach.
Was there a moment during this process where you realized you weren't documenting who you were, but maybe who you were becoming?
Oh my gosh, love this question. Wow. I think that we are always becoming. And so part of what this series teaches me is having a vision and making it come to life. So I think there's a photo in the exhibition called The Girl in the Tree, which was my very first one from this series. And I think that I had this vision of being able to climb up the tree and blend in with the branches. And I didn't even know if I could do it because it was a self-timer. It was a stool. I was in the grass. I had 12 seconds to climb the tree and hit my pose. But I think that, to your question, the power of possibility and what you are capable of, both as a human being and an artist, and the art of becoming and constantly evolving is definitely a reoccurring theme and a really, one of the foundations of the self-portrait series.
Nice. And for audiences who know you primarily through movement, what do you hope they understand about you after seeing your work in stills?
My ballet teacher used to always tell me, art is truth, and without truth, there is no art. So I hope that for whatever people take away from my work, that they are able to see truth, see raw honesty. I think that honesty is such an important part of the moments, whether I'm in immense pain or feeling incredible joy. I think that just always bringing truth and authenticity to the work is something that's really important to me. And I hope that it's something that people who witness my work will be able to feel as well.
And lastly here, when you create a self-portrait, are you thinking more like a choreographer or a director? What's your headspace like during that?
Oh, love that question also. Honestly, it's all the hats at the same time. It's one of the most challenging things that I've done. And I love it because it flexes so many different creative muscles, and the ability to flip between roles and what you're seeing technically, the way that you're framing, the focus, and then also getting into place. And then from the dance perspective and movement perspective, obviously nailing the marks. Again, the self-timer is a really fun variable, makes it even more challenging. I love a challenge, and I love anything that inspires me to continue to grow and evolve. Hopefully that makes sense.
A great conversation with Kylie there, talking about how there are so many ways to express yourself through art. Again, Kylie's display is on display now over at the Leica Gallery in New York City. Thank you so much to Kylie Shea for coming on this episode of Behind the Curtain, as well as Zoe, who is playing Glinda at the Rochester Broadway Theater League's production of Wicked. Again, we have all that information on tickets, everything you need to know over on our website, rochesterfirst.com. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Behind the Curtain. It was definitely one of my favorites here, and we will see you again next week. Take care.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.